Log in to KofiPaisaTV.com and get Spears of the Mossy Volume 1 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, from Spears the Pen Volume 2 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, Spiritual Combat Volume 3 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, One Night Before Bed by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland by Kofi Paisa, From Cocaine to Consciousness by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, As I Learned, We All Learn by Kofi Paisa. Also, if you want fresh merch, go to our online store, Family Connect Apparel, and get all the brands. Also, get our 54 deck of quiz and educational cards available now on KofiPaisaTV.com.
ETM Hotel Shawn, welcome in peace. My name is Shawn. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Science with Shawn. Hold on 1 second here. Like the show, share the show, tell a friend, tell a friend. The discussion is over. We heard what the man said. I asked the same question 8 times. If not vaccines, then what? You know what I'm saying? Some people will call him in names and saying all the other stuff. Infinity said cucumbers don't treat or cure COVID-19. Dude has preached death on his own people. Shameful, scandalous. He's a rap. Yeah. So what's good, y'all? Waiting on a couple of people, man. They're about to pop into the show, and then we'll get ready to get the conversation going. I mean, what did we learn? What did we learn, right? I might have been a little bit over-prepared for the actual conversation, and I really should have been taking notes on all of his claims, but when I started writing things down, he began to say, I just threw my pen away. I just threw my pen away because he never really got into herbs. He only got into food. And I really didn't want to, that in that last round where we could question each other. I had already addressed some of the claims that he had actually made. And that's one of the reasons why I really didn't want to deal with it on that level, because I had already addressed some of his stuff. I talked about 1 in 10 people die from food allergies alone, right? And he wasn't freestyling. He was reading his book to us. When he was talking, he was actually reading his book. 1 second, everybody. Corey, what's good, bro?
Peace. What up? I just getting in here, man. Just heard that, man. That craziness, man. But I'm gonna let you get yours off. You know what I mean?
No, man. I didn't talk for 30 plus. How many ever minutes that was, man? I don't want to get it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And man was so he was actually like condescending too, like that. To have pseudo information, to have the nerve to have all that pseudo information, and then to be condescending on top of that, it's not only like disrespectful, but like almost annoying. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
He told us we was anti-science. He told us we wasn't scientifically literate. He ain't got time for us.
He was mad at y'all. He seen you in the chat, Unc, and his whole mood changed. Uncle's like you being. Uncle's like you being too nice. You being too nice, and I'm like,
you being too nice,
I wasn't trying to run him off the road. We was on Dr. Ma'a's show. If that was Garfield's show, I could run him off the road. But we on Dr. Ma'a's show, and
I'd have ran him off there real nice.
But she also had a whole nother audience. So I was focused on the audience. I wasn't focused on him because I knew that if I focused on him, what would come about? I would be trying to refute everything that he said.
Can't do that though. Y'all men though, at the end of the day though. Like check this out, Kitty. We grown men on this joint. And I don't appreciate you being condescending and being respectful. That's the same thing I did. He just went ham. I'm just saying, dude, you gotta stop lying to the people. Ain't no fool cause no antibody. Using all kind of words. I didn't use my words on him. That's how I got him. He was just mad as hell. Like, come on, dude. Like that shit is wrong. Like you got people over your house telling it's a safe spot. So now you got some kind of herb at the doorway where the daggone herb, the virus can't come to his house. Come on, dog.
That boy said his house is safe zone. We all need to go to that man's house. We all playing. He got enough space for everybody. We all supposed to went there.
Man, listen. If he didn't appeal to authority, if he didn't appeal to authority, he tried to play the appeal to emotions game. He was committing
to cite himself as a source, man.
Man, that's what that was a commercial for his book. That was a commercial for his book. You asked him what food causes an immune response. The man went to talking about collard greens and how many teaspoons he put in.
You should have asked him for efficacy data. We need double-blind controlled studies on all that.
Yo, can I say something real quick, y'all? Yo, man. Yo, this is serious. This is very serious, man. Y'all playing.
I know.
Okay, y'all playing, and I know it's funny you start playing. All I'm saying is this, brother. And this is some real shit. Y'all never heard me get this serious. This is real serious, man. I'm trying to tell y'all guys, man, eat an apple, man, take some ginger, do some push-ups, and get some Vortex, man, and you good.
That's it. That's all that. Damn, man. You know that's what I need. I'm reading all these journals and stuff, man. Damn.
What, man? Hey, Shawn, you pulling out $300 a year subscriptions on this dude, and he's pulling out his own book.
Yeah, how you source your own book?
You pulling out JAMA, and
his peer review article is in the roster.
Yeah, how the hell how you going to source your own book? You can't source your own book.
Daily Mail.
He
Sam cited Daily Mail, bro.
He put his book up against JAMA, the JAMA journal.
Nah, man, and my man said I do 200 push-ups, man. Y'all not listening.
Man, I just wonder how do you have a safe spot? How do you have a safe space from a virus that's carried by him? The human beings that's coming in your house can carry the virus in your house. How do you get the virus off before they cross the threshold?
It's easy, man. All you got to do is push ups, man.
See, Shawn, you're not Shawn like several. How do you get the virus off the people?
Listen, man. Listen. Hold on, y'all. Listen. He want me to question this dude. He want me to interrogate this dude when I know that he's getting uptight. So I specifically asked the question and let him rant. I let him rant. Because the whole time I'm like, if we replay the video and we listening to the debate and the conversation and what was going on in the conversation, we're going to uncover issues.
I'm gonna tell you what, had Shawn really went at dude how we wanted him to go at dude, he would have found a reason to quit. He would have told Dr. Maya, you know what? I can't deal with this, Dr. Maya. I'm here to have an intelligent conversation. I can't have an intelligent conversation.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be long. I knew it wasn't going to be long before he unraveled. I knew it wasn't going to be that long. You know what I mean? Before he unraveled. You know what I do in Africa? You know what I did in Africa? But
what did that have to do with saving the people right now, bro? Over here. The fuck nigga talking about Africa and a bunch of shit that don't have nothing to do with a vaccine.
Man.
Bro,
monoclonal antibody. We talking about a vaccine, bro. Why you talking about antibodies?
That nigga said blueberries.
He said, man, nah, he said you gotta get.
He said
you got
green.
No, he said you
food.
gotta get the vortex, man. The vortex.
Damn, I didn't know.
He said the
only thing
antioxidant. Sean said, so what food causes causes antibodies? What did you ask about? He said, antioxidants.
He said all food.
Yeah, because blueberries got antioxidants in it. Like, what is he talking about, man? I got lost after a while. He went on a rant for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't even know how Shawn let him do that. I couldn't let him. You got a lot more discipline than me, Shawn, because ain't no way.
Man, I'm eating some blueberries right now. I'm eating some blueberries right now, man.
That boy got that anti-corona kit.
And doing 200 and something push-ups, man. Y'all playing games.
You know what? I got a whole thing of blueberries. I'm finna eat some for real.
Hey, boy, the Facebook was going live, yo. Dude said Shawn sound like Fauci. His sister, her name Joy, was like, Shawn didn't even know what a vaccine was. I clearly defined it twice.
He asked one of them gotcha questions. He pulled a Minister Inky. He tried to pull a Minister Inky, but you did right. You told him straight up, hey, look, I'm staying in my area. All that bullshit you talking about, I don't know what you talking about, bro.
But yeah. As soon as he said that shit,
right here, and that's where I'm gonna stick at. And I'm like, yep, that's right. How you answer that question?
As soon as he did that, I put the answer to that question inside the inside the chat.
A damn fool, and that.
What up with y'all?
Hey, peace. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's jumping over here now. We got Bias, we got Wujawu.
I can hear you
jumping now.
Okay, yeah. I caught it. I didn't catch the beginning, but I caught like the second half. You know, I missed the first question that you all may have asked each other, but I caught it after that.
Yeah,
watch all that.
Yeah, let me give you the questions. All right, so
you seen pretty much most of it, but go ahead, Shawn.
Yeah, so Dr. Mad, the first question was are vaccines safe? So I immediately try to get into the immune system and just give some basics about the immune system, because that's where you have to start with vaccines. And then the second question was, should we question the safety of the rapidly prepared COVID-19 vaccine? And then the third question was, is there an alternative to vaccines? And then she just threw in something at the end if you wanted to, challenge each other's information, which at that point he was making up so much I couldn't go down a rabbit hole, and I kept hearing you in my ear like, don't even respond to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I caught this. Yeah, I caught the second question or the answers. But what was his answer to the first question?
Made up a no, direct no for two, and talk to us for about 30 minutes and don't answer the question on number 3.
But what was his reason for it being not safe? Like if he says the no to the first question, what was the reason? I missed it. So if one of y'all could summarize for me what was his reason for saying no?
He was saying what he said. What he said was. Let me tell you what he said.
Look, how about we hear it in his own words, yo?
Yeah, he said baby Jesus is in the vaccine. That's why I didn't say.
Replay that boy.
He said polio. Polio is not polio. They changed the name, so it's not really polio no more. Right? So polio, so vaccines didn't really cure polio because they changed the name to polio. So it could be.
But what I did here, and maybe this is for the future conversations, is to be more specific, because I noticed that Dr. Ma'at's title to the video, she specifically asked about COVID vaccines. But the way that the conversation went when I picked up on it, it seems like you all were talking about vaccines in general, or maybe he was talking about vaccines in general.
He was. I stuck the COVID. I stuck the COVID.
Yeah, so maybe
Maybe
that was something that she should have kind of reiterated to bring it back to just the COVID.
She couldn't tell. She couldn't tell him that he went off the rocker. They scared to tell him. I said,
let me play the video for you real quick so you can get an answer, because it was only 10 minutes.
Because polio should never come up in this conversation. So I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't see why.
Here's a lot of what he was saying shouldn't have came up in this conversation.
On 711.
To answer the question,
Blueberries shouldn't have came up.
At the end, have 10 minutes to address each other's 10 minutes of address each other's point. All right, so let's jump right in with the first question. The first question: are vaccines safe? Why?
Oh, see, that's it.
Why not?
Wait.
Now, Shawn P said, I'll defer to my elder.
Wait, pause it. So yeah, that's
a general question.
Yeah, that's where it got wide, it got broad. See, that shouldn't have she should have asked specifically the COVID vaccines. So he wasn't wrong. I mean, we can't. I mean, I can't blame him.
He was wrong. He was wrong.
Yeah, he was wrong. He was dead wrong.
No. I'm saying for bringing up. I mean,
how he answered the question, how it was framed. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. In his answer, I mean,
what he tried to do was give you the history of vaccines, because she opened the door when she asked the question in that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, because if when I have conversations, I make sure that I close that door. I'm specific to COVID-19 vaccines. I even name them: Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca. I'll specific to the one I'm talking about. You know.
Yeah, that's what I did in the thing. So I mentioned, you know what I mean, the efficacy of those vaccines. I was specific about it. I wasn't talking about nothing but the COVID. But listen to him. Watch.
First, so Kitty, you can go ahead and share your screen, Bob, and let us know: are vaccines safe? Why or why not?
Thank you for the opportunity. And
now he didn't share his screen, but she said he could.
Greetings to Shawn.
Hey,
Thank
Shawn,
you for sharing.
do you really think that would have made a difference?
In a word,
He never was going to answer the question.
No, he's going to freestyle.
He wasn't. Hold on. Let's hit the 10 minutes, and I'm telling you, he was never going to answer.
No.
I don't care how you put it.
There is no substantiated proof that vaccine injections have been proven safe, nor are they generally effective enough to justify the record and death.
This is why I said listen to him answer the question, because he simply said no, and then he went into defy that they never worked.
Right, which is crazy.
Based on what? We don't know, because he never shared it.
Yeah.
Never gave no
book.
It's
based on this book.
Of course. Cited itself.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. Like, the way the question was framed allowed him. He took up 10 minutes. Like, she gave him 10 minutes to talk.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Every time.
So you think that guy would have answered differently?
At least that.
No, but I'm saying if the question was narrowed, it wouldn't have allowed it wouldn't have allowed for that. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't have happened right there.
Nah, he was going.
This guy right here would have said the same thing.
Shawn asked a pointed. He asked a pointed question a number of times, and dude took a 30-minute.
He asked him about whether it was
the question. Like 3 times, he did that like 3 times in a row.
Somebody
he knew what you was talking about too, Shawn.
No, what I'm saying.
Talking about when you asked him about that, whether something was beneficial or something. Ain't no virus. The coronavirus, it ain't beneficial. So why would you even ask that question? He was playing games, bro. That was
what I meant is that, you know, when you moderate a discussion between 2 people, the third person that's moderating steps in and clarifies and say, well, wait, 1 second, Baba.
No, she wouldn't have did that.
He was gonna get shit. He was gonna
everybody was he gonna use the elder card on you. He played all stuff. I'm just trying to tell you. Like all that you saying, I debated him in Baltimore, Maryland, yo. I didn't get away with none of that shit. Niggas still mad at me to this day. Because I wasn't playing it. Nah, dog. That ain't what that is.
No,
You
but I'm
made
saying
that up, bro.
No, but I'm saying
Nah,
Dr. Mott, I'm sure he respects her
no,
and
Dr.
everything.
No, Dr. Y'all scared to say something. He an elder. She don't want to say
Oh,
nothing.
so you saying she's scared to say something.
Everybody under the elder spell. I can't do the elder spell shit no more, yo. Shit crazy to me. It's disrespectful to my intellect. If I'm being super nice and then you start throwing shots,
be mad at the pseudo killers because we don't play that elder shit.
Yeah, we don't play the elder shit. You have to elder to me is someone is giving us proper information and is testing and proving, and you being responsible. If we just talking shit, man, I'm just old man at this point. We ain't fighting.
No, but see, it doesn't matter if he's an elder or not. It's like if the question is wrong, is framed wrong, then somebody needs to step in and reframe it. That's that. I mean, you don't have to be an elder or
he
not.
Gonna say he gonna get slick, yo. That's Kitty. You don't know Kitty. He wrote 30 books, dog. He the master.
Yeah.
He say when you come in this house, it's a safe space with coronavirus. We take all our masks off. We safe. How the fuck is that, bro? How do you remove viruses from human beings? Because the virus is going to come in your house on human beings. So how do you remove? See, that's the question. Shawn was being nice. I'd ask, so how do you get the virus on their body before they get in your house, elder? See, you don't got to be smart when you ask it, but ask them why you stumble.
I'm just saying that first question set the stage for a lot of what I end up hearing that was not that was like off topic.
He tried to be slick. He tried to be slick when he said, he said 8 million or 800 million viruses hit the earth a day. How many vaccines?
We need vaccines.
Oh yeah, I did hear that, and I think somebody in the chat somebody in the chat actually said a good response. I forgot who. I don't know who it was, but those 800 million, and that's why you got to frame the question right on that too, or whatever, because you got to say virus with adverse effects, because there are viruses that don't have any effect on us at all.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to reverse that. So you have to reverse the question to him. You say, Baba Kidi, out of those 800 million that you just said, how many of those are adverse or become pathogens to human beings?
Yeah, but you're gonna give a 25-minute speech, Wu John. They're gonna answer the question like you did. You killed him. Like when Shawn said, "What's the antibodies?" He got stuck. If you look at the film, he was like he ain't really gonna answer that.
And that's why you got mad.
That's when he jumped to the blueberries.
That's
when he asked about the antibodies.
No, that's when he went to the speech.
But see, like when you have a debating style, debating conversation or debate, a response is different than an answer. Like anybody can respond, but not everybody can answer the actual question. So if you were to ask that, and then anybody goes off and on or whatever, then it would show the record. I mean, the record would just show that he didn't answer.
Yeah. Oh, it shows. It's
recorded. He went on a 30-minute. I swear that last one, when you asked him that last one about the antibodies, Shawn, I swear
that was sad, bro.
20 minutes at least. Am I exaggerating or what, man? Was that not 20 minutes?
He got upset. He got upset because you ain't let him off the hook.
That's intellectual dishonesty at its finest, right there.
Yeah. No. So he referred to. I don't got time for this.
Yeah,
you know who I am. You know who I am.
Oh, I must have missed that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, he had a meltdown at the end. Shawn asked him
disrespectful. He did. He got real disrespectful.
Okay, yeah.
He got super disrespectful.
He went around the block with his answer. Did the Gish Gallop? Started talking about all kind of other people, Sabi and all that other stuff. And Shawn said, "Okay, so which food in particular causes an immune response?" And he was like,
all of them.
I just told you.
He said all of them. All food.
He did say, I ain't gonna tell you
twice. Yo, that was crazy.
Twice.
He told you exactly, Shawn. He said either apple get some ginger, right? Take some ginger, an apple, do some push-ups, and get the vortex.
But you know what? Like, and this may be helpful for a future discussion. Somebody like him or whatever is when you ask people to name a food or whatever that will produce an immune response. You don't leave it wide open like that. You have to say an immune response that prevents an infection of on a cellular level. So because when Shawn, when you first asked that question, he asked permission for clarification, and he had two directions he could have went in. Do you mean immune response, beneficial, or an immune response that's gonna spark an inflammatory response? And so that's what he was asking you. And
that was crazy though to ask that
don't make no
question.
sense. Now, man, come on.
No, because it could be
the logic does not follow to ask that question.
It could have been an allergic reaction.
No, because there are foods that there are foods that will trigger an immune response. And so, for example, milk, the lactose intolerant among us will get a response, immune response from trying to drink milk. So that is an immune response, but it's not the response that you're asking about. You see what I'm saying? So in the future, you can ask specifically for an immune response that's going to prevent a virus from infecting the cell on a cellular level. That's a better question because it avoids all the other talk.
Yeah, really, Woo-da funny as hell, yo. I'm funny with that, Woo-da.
No, because I'm telling you, listen. I engage in these conversations at least about 3 times a week with professionals, and I either I hear these conversations or I engage in them. And trust me, I'm telling you, to get to the nitty gritty, I'm telling you, it's a way that you frame the question. It's a way that you answer them that you could just bypass all the garbage.
You got cut off all alleyways and cuts.
It's allergic reaction, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, but allergy is an immune response, though. So that's the thing.
I know. That's what I said. But I mean, we ain't talking about that.
He would try to use that, though. That's what he's saying.
That's why he's saying, that's why I said be specific.
You right. Nah, man. If he say an allergic reaction, then it's stupid for the whole conversation. That's the point. If he say, you can get it, peanuts can cause that. And the response is yes, because there's something going wrong there. We know that. But we're talking about vaccines, we're talking about coronavirus, we're talking about all that right now. So that's an inappropriate answer.
But see, the crazy thing is his audience don't know that. So, you got to cut off any other way he could try to get out of that.
Yeah,
his audience don't know no better.
I was in the chat trying to tell that nigga, don't get that nigga no wiggle room, man.
That's my point. Like, man, you can't don't give nobody any excuse or wiggle room to do any of that stuff. So to avoid that, that's what I'm saying. Because somebody can say an immune response, because somebody can eat shrimp or shellfish, and that will trigger an immune response. Their throat will swell up. That's an inflammatory response. That's those leukocytes that's pumped in the blood. So that is an immune response. But that's not what you're asking about.
I think that he asked him about protecting us from the virus. If I'm not, I have to go back and rewatch. But I swear that's what Shawn was asking specifically about the virus stuff.
Yeah, for COVID-19.
I said against the virus. I asked him.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. No,
but you ain't leave no room for chance when I opened it up, and that's why he went there.
No, you did. You followed up with it being more specific. But when you first asked him, he tried to, because I'm telling you, people like that are going to use whatever you give them, and but you did narrow it down.
I think he got caught off guard though. Because he was expecting like a more embracive audience to kind of like yes man him or whatever, and it wasn't that. The chat wasn't rocking with him all the way, and he probably was looking in there and saw us going.
No, because we came from Garfield show. The thing is, see, Dr. Ma'at would have had her audience in there, but she, like she said, she split her audience up, and then she has people on Facebook, and then she had the YouTube thing. But we had, we came and charging in from Garfield show. So it was like it was a lot of us.
Take over.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But how about the response I did hear, where he was basically saying that if you eat the plants, then because plants have to fight off
I heard that.
whatever. Yeah, and by eating the plants, it will also give you the ability to do the same.
Yeah, that was
so crazy. We get herd immunity from the plants.
Yeah, man, look, when I heard him say that, I was like, no.
But see that I think that's where I got cut off. I think that's where my I think that's probably where I got cut off, and I didn't see the rest. But Shawn, what was your response to that? Because that right there triggered a whole bunch of things.
Yeah,
that
I went back to his garden and I said, there's nothing in your garden that can cause an immune response to a novel virus. I said, so all of those, you know what I'm saying? I just kept going back to his garden because it made no sense what he was saying to me. I'm like, okay, sir, listen. And I said what an immune response, basically I gave him the definition of what an immune response was. And then I told him nothing in your garden can do that.
But what about
he gave us his recipe on collard greens and the rest of it for like another 20 minutes. I swear he started talking about collard greens at one point in time. I don't even know. Was he? Am I lying or what? Am I tripping? Did he say
that boy said every vegetable in the damn?
but I'm saying like on that point though, if the plants are also fighting off bacteria and stuff like that, then the question is, why do plants also die from being infected if plants are the answer? Like plants die also.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Of infections.
Logical failure.
I'm sure.
But see, when you dealing with the vortex though, Wujawu, that's you in a whole different world, you know. Like
I didn't hear the vortex thing. I'm lost on that, man. Y'all gotta replay that back or something.
Yeah,
I hear that. I didn't hear that part.
He acted like he was about to go in another dimension with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Plants and trees and bushes and stuff, they also suffer from pathogens infecting them and they die.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't have impenetrable immune system. So that I think that was kind of off.
My grandmother's tree had a disease, and then the disease passed on to the other because she had a whole row of these trees, and one tree got the disease. It passed the disease on to the couple of other trees, and they had to cut all of them down or whatever. So, but that's crazy.
Let me ask you a question though, right? Watch it. To people, who's like him, right? Here's my question. So why is human beings made out of meat? Real talk. Think about why human beings. Listen, if we supposed to eat plants, why aren't we made out of plants?
I never thought about that, But I mean, you got meat. You got animals that's meat that's made out of meat that eat vegetables. That's what you call it?
No, but people who are vegans, they all they say that we're supposed to eat plants. We're not supposed to eat meats because we have an affinity to plants. So the question is, why are we not made out of plants then? Why are we made out of meat?
Well, I know, like, and it's also been said, but we all know that there's vegetables that we do eat that still have viruses on them, but those viruses don't affect us. So it's not harmful to us. So I don't even understand why he tried to play that role. I really didn't even
viruses all day.
Well, but you got to remember that the hydrochloric acid in the stomach is there to start the digestive breakdown process and to kill off any harmful things within the food and all that. So it's a part of the digestion, And then for vegans who don't eat meat and they real strict about eating meat, they will drink water, and water is the environment of fish.
All I know is I had my stopwatch and I clicked it and I said, I'm waiting on food to become the theme of the day. I just knew it. I'm telling you, man, our elders, man, no knock to them, but they just never hit the immune system. They always stop at gut health. I'm like, this is not it. I get it. Food is maintenance. He got to breaking down ATP, and I'm like, man, he went all the way over. And that's why I was like, Shawn, ask him to explain the function, explain the immune system. I just want to hear it. If he don't say antibodies and the B member cells, and that completely answers the question. You asked him in a different way, and he still fell off the cliff. I mean, I was like, man, cricket. I was like, damn. He started fumbling the word. I said, man, he got it.
One thing I noticed is most of our elders, the ones I came in contact with, fell down either the Sabi or the Lala Africa, rabbit hole.
Both of them names came up, which I figured.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like cats that I've talked to, not even just him, like the elders really on that alkaline water, on that, vegetables, which, like we know is good to eat healthy, but they take their word as law,
Well, look,
I'm the only one that heard him admit right there in front of everybody that he couldn't find nobody to publish his paper.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't nobody even? He said, "Oh, I had to name of something different in order to put it out." That's telling you, like, you're doing something wrong.
Man, they talking about they was censoring. They censoring it because it's misinformation, bro. You put that out, they gonna tag your shit.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
You talking about his book though, Kent? I'm talking about the paper because Shawn, because he brought up some paper that he wrote or whatever. And Dr. Ma was like, yeah, the people in the chat want to know where you published that paper or where can they see that?
That was a sneak. That was a sneak hit.
Yeah, she shoot the flood.
Snuck him, yo.
The funny, I actually like the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I actually like Brother Keaty. He used to have a radio show called Inner Light Radio or something like that. Did y'all know that?
No.
Man, you
sound like it though. Sound like you got a radio boy.
I'm familiar with the elder. I've been on the show twice.
Oh,
back in the past, it had nothing to do with health or nutrition or anything like that. It was totally different.
He used to give Phil Valentine a hard time, man. He used to be questioning about this pseudo stuff. I used to be dying laughing. He was like, man,
look at the irony.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But with people like him, that's what I said. You can't give any wiggle room at all. If once you do, then you might as well just be patient because you're gonna listen to a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh man.
You can't give any wiggle room at all. But I only heard like I said, I didn't catch the first question.
But you know what though, one of the parts that got me when he brought up Dr. Sebi, and he started talking about garlic, and I'm like, but Dr. Sebi said garlic was poison.
We're gonna have to do a real.
Well,
he said, you're gonna tell me to put that garlic is not good for you? Do you know what Dr. Sebi said? And I was like, wait, dude, Sebi said garlic was poison. What are you talking about?
Hell, I don't think I can reach. Sebi did. Hey, we could.
Somebody echoing.
And interesting enough too, I don't know if I told y'all, but dude, literally maybe 2.5 years ago, my little brother is a vegan and super pro conscious black. He kind of pulled me in a little bit too, and dude, we had Dr. Sabi, Dr. Africa, actually came and did a show here in Memphis for our organization. We were selling. My folks were selling his books outside their house. This was literally a year or some months before he died of a stroke, from the way it was explained to me. So, I mean, that's, I even though I know that his information, his approach is not scientifically sound, I still had ties to him. You know what I'm saying? Still had ties to the brother. Although it's to my younger brother, but still, I wasn't in front of the elder like, hey man, this is some trash, But even that show, quite frankly, and this is not a knock to him, but it was awful, dude. It was awful, bro.
Based on his presentation, I would not purchase his books. Just being honest. Just off of that alone.
Yeah.
I just got kicked off. Yeah, I didn't hear what y'all was saying. All I heard was alkaline say. One of y'all mentioned Sabi.
Yeah, he mentioned them a few times, and like he was appealing to authority. I had like a little echo, but yeah, he was appealing to authority a few times in that, man. Trying to get the people. Sound like he was just trying to win the crowd or something, rather than.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. If his work was published and peer reviewed, as he said, right? We got to go to his email to get it. It's not public.
Right.
No, he didn't. I don't think he said his book.
Public. That's what I was.
I'm hearing a big echo.
Like
that's Morpheus.
He said it.
But no, I think he didn't. I didn't hear him say his book was published. I heard him say that he used published peer reviewed source.
No. He was talking.
No. He has an article that is published in
peer review.
Yeah. Roster.com or something is peer review journal.
Oh man.
All right.
No, they didn't publish the article though, so you can only see it on his email. You know what I'm saying? He can email you.
He didn't want to put it in the chat. He didn't want to tell us how to look for it. None of that. That's a big sign right there.
Yeah. He said look for word specific is what he said.
Keywords. Research these vocabulary words. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough, but overall, I think vaccine hesitancy is a result of misinformation and lack of information. There's really, I haven't seen a valid reason for the hesitancy. Like when the smoke clears. I haven't seen it because everybody I talk to, every single person without any exception that's hesitant, when we have a conversation about it and I'm able to ask them questions, they can never deliver. They can never deliver anything. And it ends up being just a what do you call it? An adult prerogative decision. And that's it. There's nothing but behind it.
Right.
That they can produce. And we got to respect it as adults. Like, all right, well, you make up your own decision for your own body, of course. And then that's where the conversation always ends.
That's what privileged white people do. You know what I'm saying?
Business, man.
It's privileged white people, racism, white supremacy, is all that mixed in one bundle. And black people should be the farthest people away from that. But yet, here we are. They talking about 47% of the black population is vaccine hesitant. Is that crazy or what, man?
Yeah, 48%.
Yeah.
But hey, I got a question for y'all. Anybody on the panel, anybody listening, if any of you all suspect that you have been exposed to SARS-CoV-2 or whatever, and whatever, and would like to find out by way of an antibody test that you could do in the comfort of your own home or whatever, you can contact me and I'll make sure that you get hooked up with that.
I got the plug.
That's what's up.
Who's y'all the plug?
Where them vaccines at, man?
Yeah. I like to do
some in the back.
I can't do
so
it.
What I gotta do? What I gotta do?
I can't do anything.
Hit you on Facebook
about the vaccine. I can't do anything about the vaccine at all. I can't do anything about the vaccine. But what I'm saying is that
the antibody test that you mentioned.
I'm just saying I got access to
Morpheus. You echoing bad.
I hear a big echo.
That's Morpheus.
I hear a big echo. That's Morpheus.
Hold on, let me go out.
Okay, there you go. No, I'm just saying, I'm just letting people know that if you want to find out if you've ever been exposed to the virus, and you may have been asymptomatic, or you may have been a mild case and just blew it off as symptoms that you may be familiar with, or whatever the case is. If you want to find out and you want to know, Yeah, I'm saying I could make sure you have access to a home FDA approved antibody test. It's an assay test where it checks for IgM and IgG antibodies, and those two antibodies are important to know if they're detected in your system, specifically the SARS-CoV-2.
Hey, Shawn, I came on earlier, but I had got when you was doing your show earlier, I came on, but I had got a phone call, so I had to jump right off.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I seen you when you came on, and then you dipped out.
Yeah, and I was talking about the vaccines and kind of how they made you feel like as far as when I jumped in, y'all was kind of talking about how the vaccine affected you or whatever. And man, I just want everybody to know that the first shot wasn't bad. My arm was sore for like a day and a half or whatever. But that second one, you got to take if you got a job, make sure you take the day off on that one, cause your whole body gonna be sore and you ain't gonna have no energy at all. I was like that for about a day and a half, 30 hours or so, something like that. But yeah,
my first shot put me down, and I think because I had SARS-CoV-2, so essentially it was almost like a booster. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, so it probably was doing already with you. It was doing with me on the second one already. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the person too, because when I was watching that Rover thing yesterday, Bill Nye said he had just got his second one and he ain't feel nothing. He said he was good.
I mean, they got the and the crazy part is the needles is upgraded too, so you don't even feel it. Like when they give you the shot, like I didn't even feel her give me the shot. You know what I'm saying? So they got like new needles or whatever.
No, I'm talking about as far as like just like any kind of reaction.
I know what you said, but I'm just saying, like when they actually poke you, like the needles is better now. So you know what I mean? You don't even feel the poke hardly like that no more.
Well, that's what's up.
So Corey, you got what's your line of work that qualify you to get the vaccine?
Well, as my wife's line of work, she the director of operations.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because in Georgia, you have to be 65 or older, or high at risk, or an emergency care worker in some kind of medical field, a police officer or a fireman, and I believe that's about it right now.
Yeah. The only reason it was available to me because my wife, she the boss. She run the unit. You know, she runs the unit that's the COVID unit. You know what I'm saying? And so you know, her family's got the option to come in and get the vaccine too.
But see, now what you should do, like you should, I mean, if you could or would, get an antibody test done. Like when was your second dose?
Tuesday. I got my second dose Tuesday.
Yeah, if you wait a while and then get a antibody test just to see how strong the detection is, your IgG antibodies, it should be real strong. And like you take the test and you test yourself at the least once a month to see if it wanes. And that's what people that I know in the field are doing. Like whether they got a natural infection or a live infection or they got vaccinated, they're checking. They're going to check once a month to see, because they're not sure how robust the protection is or how long it's going to last. At this point, they don't know that yet, because not enough time has gone by. But I think so far the longest is 8 months now so far.
Yeah, a little bit. Some people talking a year. But did y'all see the interview earlier? Well, did y'all see the show earlier where I had Jolanda's auntie, Miss Mildred White, on? She had just received her Moderna shot, first shot, and she was basically, going in pretty much. You know what I mean? It was good.
That's why I came on. That's why I wanted to come on, because of her. But go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, what did you think about her? You know what I mean? I know that's you hopped in right when that point took place?
Yeah, because she talked about how she was a teacher and how, you know, because one thing about kids has got germs. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If y'all don't know, y'all gonna know. But yeah, kids carry germs, and her as a teacher, she know better than all of us. Like, you got to be vaccinated when you up around them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that, especially when, you know, if you up there in age or whatever, kids will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Them kids carry so many germs, and that's why they always sick. They always got a runny nose, and they always got a stomach ache and this and that, because they building up the immunity. You know what I'm saying, for different things. But like I said, kids carry a lot of germs. And I just wanted to, and she was a school teacher, and I just, you know, I heard her talk about that, and so, you know what I'm saying, I felt like that was pretty real important. And she was like, you know, and her being as an elderly lady, I think Sosa had asked her, you know, why, how come you just, you know, get the vaccine? You know, why how come you not hesitant or whatever? And she just explained, like, you know, I'm into, you know, being preventative. You know what I'm saying? I'm into taking preventative measures, and that's just a simple answer. You know, like I thought that was the answer was so simple, but yet so genius. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you know, so I really appreciated her coming on. I think hearing that from elder people really goes a long way in this community. You know what I mean? Because we take the elders' words pretty near and dear to heart here in this Kansas community. So hopefully somebody heard her. You know what I mean?
Hey, Wujawa, did you hear anything about essential workers being able to get the vaccine?
In Georgia, I don't think that was on the list. Not just blanket essential workers. Not yet, because a couple of places are doing it now, but they have a requirement right now. They said not until maybe April will it. Well, actually, it's going to be dictated by the supplies. So if they get a bunch of supplies in, like pretty much throughout the state or whatever, they'll probably definitely open it up for whoever wants it. And that's the thing. More people want it than people who not want it, don't want it. Like the demand is higher than the supply right now. And I don't think people, you know, talk about that enough.
I think I read something, I don't know how true it is, about, you know, other countries like trying to, like rich people trying to like buy all of the vaccines or try to get them or something like that. You ever heard something like that?
Oh nah, I mean that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
That's to create that demand so they could jack the price. So it's like oil and gas.
Yeah, I heard, you know, since, you know, like a lot of the richer countries like America, Europe, you know, all the European countries and all that, they buying up so much of the vaccines that the poorer countries ain't able to get a hold of no vaccine.
Yeah, that's
countries in Africa and such, you know, South America and all that kind of stuff. So they having a harder time to get the vaccines or whatever. So that's pretty heartbreaking. But, you know, things go how they go. You know.
Yeah, get your weight up. You got people telling African people not to take the vaccine, though. So it's like, you know, they don't fight for it.
Yeah, but make sure, you know, I'm letting people know straight up, man. Got to be careful out here because people are transmitting the virus, and Shawn, I think you did a good job explaining. You know, explaining. I think it was on the second question. Man, I get mixed up because I got cut off at the end. I didn't see the beginning, so I don't know. But you did a good job at explaining or asking, at least. No, you had your slides up, I believe, and you were talking about the immune system, but the vaccine. You know, the first generation, second generation, third generation. I think it was right in that bit. The mRNA. I'm surprised. Yeah. I'm surprised that it didn't come up that the vaccine is going to alter your DNA, or did that come up?
It didn't. It didn't come up. He didn't say it.
That's good because usually people will bring that up, you know.
Yeah, I was waiting on it, but he didn't bring it up.
Hey, he was leaning that way though. They all of them similar because I noticed how the language, right? He started talking about the myth of virology. See what I'm saying? He's trying to dismiss virology as the actual science and say that all that they teach you is a lie. That's why at the end when he went on that rant, because he was kind of mad at you. He was like, "Get your heads out the foreigner's arse." You see what I'm saying? Remember when he made that statement?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that white man science rhetoric, but he was just kind of put it in a nice little bow.
When he said that, I thought I heard him say that, and when he said that, I thought he was going to go in the direction of germ theory versus terrain theory, and so I'm glad that didn't come up either, because that's the whole conversation. Yeah, that's a that's a whole show's worth of conversation right there. Yep.
But you heard that conversation we had when he was talking about the how initially the problem with the PCR testing in the beginning.
What do you mean when he said that the guy who invented it said that it can't be used or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, but they don't read the literature. It's a straw man. That entire argument is a huge just straw man argument, because nobody makes the claim that they're talking about. It's like a made up claim that they're addressing, but nobody claims that. So okay, let's do this. He gave the example of a piece of paper, and I did see this. So he picked up a piece of paper and he ripped off the corner, and he said the way that the PCR, the RT-PCR test it amplifies. And he said it amplifies until they reproduce the paper. But see, here's the quick response to that. The PCR detects the RNA segment of the virus. So if the virus is not present in your system, then you can't it's like multiplying times 0. 0 times anything is 0.
Yeah.
So if I don't have the virus in my system, I don't care how many times you amplify it or not amplify it, it's still gonna come out non-existent, non-detected, non-existent in my system. That's just a very simple answer. So all that talk about how it amplifies and this, that, and other, the number of cycles that it goes through and everything, that's irrelevant. All of it's irrelevant. They do it for a reason, but it's irrelevant, because if I don't have a virus in my system, I don't care how many times they amplify it. It's not going to be there. How you gonna multiply chocolate in a non-chocolate substance? Like, if there's no chocolate in the first place, then you can't amplify chocolate. It's just
crazy.
That's
crazy.
What I
think
he said
it was about
disease.
Detect disease. It detects a virus, bro. It doesn't detect disease. You can't detect the disease.
Right. The disease is the condition of multiple things, but the virus causes it. But man, so Shawn, I'm surprised you didn't. Well, I guess you didn't have to, but what I think what would have got him to I guess to think about it is how the virus, because when you were clarifying the food part, and you said I'm talking about what food what food do you have that's gonna provoke immune response against viruses? Like, when you actually clarified that, man, I was like, okay, let's see what the response is. But he just repeated the answer, I think. I think that's what he did, right?
Yep.
He tried to play like he was asking a question that didn't make sense. He tried to pose Shawn's question as nonsensical. That's what he did.
He blew it off.
I'm just curious to know from anybody who's polarized on that end as to what food prevents the SARS-CoV-2 from binding to the ACE2 receptors in our cells.
That's what I was asking Shawn in his message. Ask him that, or ask him what efficacy data do we have on any food versus the virus, because none exists. So
That's why
I was driving. Yeah, I was driving, Shawn, but I wanted you to ask him as far as his little potion he got. What trial studies did he do to test the efficacy of the thing that he's passing out to people? You know what I'm saying? And what placebo groups? You know what I'm saying? I done ran it down to just like that, though. So how can we know that it's 80% effective or 70%? Or, you know what I'm saying? What case studies have you done?
Man, listen, before the show, he had told, because Dr. I wasn't feeling too well. You know, she just came back from Africa, the temperature 90 degrees. She come home, it's 20 degrees. It's a total different experience for her. So weather's permitting her and got her acting funny right now. So he was like, you should have called me and I would have gave you some of my, what did he call that stuff? He said it on the show, like the Voxer or whatever he said it was. Vortex. He said my Vortex would have cleared it up in no time. He said you would have took that 2 hours before the show. You'd have been like, woo, I feel so good.
Oh, man.
Hey, how they got the one potion cure everything?
Was he serious when he said he claimed he was gonna make it to 120 though? When he said he was gonna be 120 years old?
He said he's dead serious, and he said he's gonna do it
without aging and all that, right?
Yeah, he decided that. Like he just made his mind up. I decided I'm gonna live the one.
See, man, when we notice that people is gone that far gone, like they not dealing with reality no more, we gotta let them we gotta lay them down, man. Like you gotta sit down, elder. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pass the mic, you know.
You know, tie your jersey, player.
Yeah, man, just go on and lay it down.
Then he said he decided he was gonna eat right, and then he was not gonna get sick. And all year, a whole year went by, and I have not been sick. Like I ain't decided none of that. I eat wrong, and I ain't been sick in a year.
Man, look,
so what does that mean?
What I noticed is it got more crazy as time went on, and Shawn kept, I guess his questions was irritating him. He just got more and more outlandish with the claims, more louder, more emotional, and it just like I don't know, man. When we look back at the video, you're gonna see like the meltdown was serious, yo.
Hey, he's trying to keep it together. He tried to keep it together, but I think at the end, because people they don't really like when you be asking for the sources and stuff like that.
Nah,
I was surprised he kind of unraveled at the end because he was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He kind of realized like I ain't looking. I'm not looking as good as I want to look. He was like, I thought he was gonna say in Baltimore. I thought he was gonna say in Baltimore had a tough time, but this was okay. You know what I'm saying? But he went the opposite. He was like, you Negroes are gonna be dead in 40 years. The African American, like, holy.
Man, look, that's that disenchantment,
it
yo.
was just like that whatever it was that I had in Baltimore. He must have been talking about.
Like when you used to being around people that praise you for your how smart you are and how much your information saved your life and their life and all of that, and you come in contact with somebody that's saying like, yo, you just completely wrong, and they're actually showing you and proving it, and you ain't got no answer for the questions. You got to think of it on the spot. You know what I mean? He coming going around like, man, he getting frustrated, and that's what that do.
The backfire effect.
Yeah, man said his last book, fade the black on you niggas. I'm fade the black on you niggas.
I said, his head about to pop. Yo, he's just gonna blow up in the room. Yo, blood everywhere.
He said, by 2070 is over for you niggas.
200.
Like hell. Like
but low ass arms. So you talking about he doing 200 push-ups a night?
But see, here's the dangerous thing that we're facing. Like right now, we're in a position to actually predict the future with this virus, because the longer the virus exists in any given population, the more chances that it has to mutate, because mutations can only occur through replication. And so the more hosts that is transmitted to, and the more it replicates, the exponentially greater the odds are at the mutations. And viruses will mutate to avoid, being extinct or eradicated. And so with everybody playing these games, things are going to get worse until people wake up and understand about viruses and about epidemiology in order to suppress it. Until then, things are going to get worse. Like people are now hearing about the South African variant, the UK variant, and the Brazilian variant only because those are detected. But mutations are occurring all the time. And once those mutations occur on the actual spike protein itself, then we're going to be more and more in trouble. And so that's what. Say it again.
California variant.
Vaccine escape.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I was just saying the vaccine is going to escape the vaccine. The vaccine escape.
Yeah, exactly. Now another thing in the third generation vaccines, Shawn, that you brought up, the like Moderna, like the mRNA vaccines, the advantage of that is that they can tweak it along the way without without having to wait years and stuff like that. They can actually tweak it because all they got to do is just code for the mutation at that point. And so that's what they are. That's the last resort, but that's what they would do if necessary, and they can do it. So it's important for people to understand that, because as long as this is going to be transmitted and replicate, we're going to be in trouble. Like these vaccines are going to be short-lived. Like all these people got vaccinated. So Corey, you mess around and had to get another booster like about 6 months down the line, not because your antibodies diminish. It's because the mutation has occurred so much that it'll avoid it.
No, you're absolutely right. The pharmacist told me don't be surprised if it requires you, because of these mutations, it requires you to come and get a booster shot. She said not right now, but she was like, she'll let me know if I need to make an appointment to get a booster shot.
Yep, there you
CDC
go.
starts to require that. Well, right now they saying that the vaccine is good enough for right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there you go. So, but that's important. I think So I'm just suggesting that whenever y'all get a chance to talk to go live and stuff, make sure you all remind people of that.
Yeah. I forgot. I'm glad you brought that up, because she did tell me that, and I forgot. That was a really good point. That, you know what I mean. It could be a possibility that I may need that third booster shot. You know what I'm saying?
We mentioned on the show before though, somewhere. Because the variant, I think somebody else asked that question, man, we might need to get another one because mutation, and they're waiting on it to do, whatever. But California's been the first one to basically say that it's got a different, it's been a mutation found in California that ain't been found everywhere else. So we got to see how that turns. And then
Shawn, not to cut you off though, Shawn, but you heard about the how they is all these different variants already in America, because we hadn't been doing the proper screening.
Right. Well, correct. Nobody
testing. We got these different. They're naming them after birds now, like cardinal. And
they just trying to rename them after, so it's not anything or anybody. Yeah, I was reading that article. However, you remember what I did maybe 4 shows ago, where we went through the actual variant chart to where they were like really presenting this information live, like that website that they use to track and trace these different variants. And I've been going back on there and checking and just waiting to see if some new stuff will pop up to actually communicate. But, I hope people are going and pulling that data up out of those descriptions of the videos where they can get that link and keep up with that science, because you got to remember, these people are designated to tracking variants. And they update their website like real time. But yeah, it's been it's kind of crazy, but I don't know, man. I just feel like I could have did a couple things differently. But when you're dealing with somebody like that, cognitive dissonance is in play, and we don't know what comes with this guy. I just think that he was making up a lot of stuff. A lot of people that respect him and just, hey, he's the elder, I'm gonna listen to him, he's right type of a thing, they're not gonna learn. They weren't gonna learn anything. They were just gonna believe what he said.
Now, I feel like you did a good job though, Shawn, because I look at the difference And the way you deal with a guy like that, you have to be calm, because at any moment he could break out and say, "Oh, he being disrespectful. I don't got time for this." But he ain't had no excuse to break out, because you were waiting and letting him talk and being cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And even when he tried to throw little shots or whatever, you just let him talk. You know what I'm saying? And then you asked him the question again, and then you know what I mean. So the way you dealt with it, I don't think it could have been done any better, man. To be honest with you.
You asked him the killer question. You said, "What food do you got will stimulate the immune system?"
Yeah, no doubt. Like, I agree with that 100%. Like, he was just waiting on a moment to be triggered, to have a reason to rage quit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you didn't give him that opportunity. You had more patience than I would have had, Shawn.
Yeah, I was actually worried. I was worried, and I was like, man, Shawn is about to flip off. I said, cause look, Shawn, I'm gonna tell you, cause you had your camera on, and when you grabbed your mouth, you know how you had your hand, your face in your hand and your mouth. I was like, here it comes.
But when you got him, you don't. But when you got him, you don't even got to do that. You just let him self-destruct. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but I was on the edge. I was like, man, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
I
did that for Dr. Mahat, man, because he would have been lost.
I know what a trigger Shawn, dude. He said a couple
it
trigger
comes.
words, and Shawn let him get away with it. And I'm like, damn, Shawn.
I ain't never seen him that calm in my life.
Hey, yo, dude try
beat
to
him
say,
up already.
Dude try to say you interrupted him.
Dead body.
Dude try to say, he said, man, okay, so you're gonna interrupt me? Okay, I'll wait. I got permission now. Do I got permission? And I was like, ain't nobody interrupt you, dude. Like, and Shawn was sitting there. It's like, oh, he trying to find a reason, but he can't.
He did try to act as if Shawn was interrupting him at one point, and I thought I had missed it. I'm like, damn, did he interrupt him? And I'm like, because I didn't hear him interrupt him or nothing like that. But yeah, he tried to
Even
play
if
the
he
card,
did, it was.
man. He was trying to rage quit, trying to find a reason.
Even if he did, it was real subtle. It wasn't even like nothing to really trip about. You know what I mean? Like I know why he got mad at Aunt. You know what I'm saying? He was salty about that. He's still salty about that debate in Baltimore. But he can't say this one was any like, yeah, he took that L, man.
But you know, so here's the thing. Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna say real quick. Here's the thing, right? You got these people who are vaccine hesitant, but like when I encounter a person who's vaccine hesitant, and then I have a discussion with them, and they have no information to back it up, but you know, I gotta respect their adult decision to be that way. Then I always double back and ask them about testing hesitancy. Like I'm saying, well, how often do you get tested? And then that throws them for a whole nother spin. And so what I want to say is encourage that, you know, people to get tested as often as you can, at the very least once a month, to get tested, because there's a lot of transmission going on that's unknown, because you got a lot of mild cases and asymptomatic cases that are going on, and people are just being spreaders. They're just spreading it and have no intention of doing so, but that's what they're doing. And I know quite a few people who don't even know how they got it. You know, they you know, or spread it, like, you know, among their household and everything like that. They have very minimal symptoms or none. And so testing is really important too. And I think that kind of faded out of the conversations on social media about testing, because all the conversations about vaccine. But what about the testing part again? You know, people need to get tested even after you get vaccinated. You know, you can still transmit and things, you know, so it's still, you know, people still got to be diligent all the way around the board. And I think people are losing focus on things that should be kept in focus.
Man, that man is saying, come to his house. You ain't no mask up. You can't wear no mask in this house. It's not allowed to wear a mask in this house. And he got a concoction that will prevent you from getting COVID.
Wait a minute, who said that?
That's what that man was saying.
Man.
He said, in my house, you can't wear no mask in my house. We don't social distance. We don't play that. He said, I got a brew. Yeah, he said, I got a brew that you take this, you won't get COVID.
Well,
so don't you think people are going to be ordering that stuff from him, bro, and thinking that they protected? That's crazy.
Well, here's how you address that real quick. And people like that, all you have to do is just take a person who is COVID positive and showing symptoms that they're early in the infection, and go over there and freely talk, cough, sneeze, or whatever the case is around those people, and then see what happens. I guarantee you that they don't ever do that. I don't know anybody who talks like that has ever put it to the test. I don't know anybody. Maybe y'all may know somebody, but I don't know anybody.
I know people that tested. They said they've been around people that was infected and didn't get infected, but I don't think they are like. It's a bunch of variables that could eliminate the possibility of you getting infected anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But
if you ain't this close to that person,
though, they could be infected by the person, but be asymptomatic.
I think it's on. Yeah, I think it's
only
only
just
like
because they don't know they got it.
Passes.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I wasn't trying to cut you. I was just going to say it only passes a certain amount. You can only pass it to a certain amount of people. So, like, one person can only give it to, like, 3 people or something like that.
No.
I don't know about that.
No, not, no. So hold on, who said that? Sosa?
Nah, hell nah.
It don't.
Who just said that?
Like
Corey?
one person ain't gonna likely to spread it to 20 people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, you only likely to spread it to like.
No, that's what the data shows after the fact, because of the incubation window and the amount of people that you come in contact in close proximity and stuff, it averages out. That's the infection rate, the RO, the R naught, and the infection rate. So the average is that you'll infect. Can you hear me? Oh, you all in effect, somebody will infect an average of 3 people. But I guarantee you, if you were infected and you were contagious, and you were in a full room of 20 people, guess what? You're gonna affect way more than 3 people, at any given time. But that's just the numbers that bear out, 3 people, 1 to 3 ratio. That's based on the R. That's how they produce the R. Not
right.
Yeah.
I said you got an incubation window, and you ain't not likely to be in the room. Like, I mean, like I said, if you're in a room full of motherfuckers, you're gonna pass it to everybody in there. But like usually, you know what I'm saying, you go a period, and then you ain't infectious. You ain't infectious no more.
Right, because once you gain symptoms,
average number.
Oh, sorry. Once you gain symptoms, most people are not gonna go around anybody else. But what happens is it could be up to 14 days. Like the incubation period could be up to 14 days, but it's averaging 5 to 7. So 5 to 7 days before you even get your first symptom is that window that you can infect people and not even know it.
Man, I read a link about an article about somebody that was infectious for months with long COVID. So I don't even think it's nothing to play with.
Go
ahead. I just was talking about that.
They may have been affected, but I don't think they were infectious.
Yeah, well, but how AIDS jump because it's a period where you can go like 10 years without showing no symptoms with AIDS and shit like that. And I'm correct on that.
Like before it expresses itself.
Yes.
Yeah. Before you showing, before it's expressing, it's so bad, but in the 80s and shit like that.
Well, that's the same for HPV, herpes HSV, herpes as well. it hides in the nervous system, and so it stays. That's how come they can't get rid of that, because vaccines can't get into that nervous system, into the central nervous system.
It just lay low. It just lay low. The shit bad. They'd be like, I'm back. No shit.
Yeah, it usually, if you have a optimal immune system, it usually stay in hiding, and it'll come out when you're down and out. But listen, I'm gonna encourage people to get tested, man. I'm gonna keep saying it till the wheels fall off. I get tested. I at the very least once a month ever since this kicked off, and I get the PCR, I get the antigen and antibody, and I'm just telling people now, antibody test, even if you never had any symptoms and you just want to know if you've ever been exposed, it's good to know, because if you have IgG antibodies for SARS-CoV-2, that's a very, very good thing to know, that you have some form of protection. And so, like, that's the picture I got.
I was just telling Shawn that today, because they got a grocery store that like $25. I was telling her I could do mine tomorrow. $25 antibody test. Pop it real quick, just get it done.
You need to reach out to Wujawu. He got what you need.
Oh yeah, for people who don't have who can't get it locally or whatever, I got access to some. So yeah, hit me up. That's the picture I have on my screen.
How long will it take to get the results back?
15 minutes.
Yeah,
okay,
that's fast.
Yep. All you got to do is set your stopwatch, and you do it yourself. You got a lancet where you prick your finger, and you put a drop of your whole blood into the reservoir, and it got just 2 drops of this buffer, and you wait 15 minutes, just like a pregnancy test. Yep, and that's what I have on my screen. That's what I have on my screen. So that M stands for IgM, and then the G stands for IgG. These are certain types of antibodies, but just to show the audience, right, why you have 2 is that the moment that you get infected, your IgM antibodies will start to kick in, and then your IgG will kick in afterwards. Once your IgM starts to fade, your IgG is this green line, and it will start to be produced and start to saturate your system and have a peak, but then it'll start waning, down. But it won't go to 0. It shouldn't go to 0, because your T cells and your B cells will have that memory, so they won't go to 0 all the way. And that's why if you get reinfected, it'll have that immediate response to prevent you from getting sick, or even a lot of infection on the cellular level as well. So that's why I say it's important to know these things, especially while we're still in the pandemic. So just let people know.
Be sitting around like, come on, COVID. Come on, baby. Come on. Hopefully you got fucked up. I ain't never had man. For real.
Oh, see, Dave B in the chat, he said it's been almost a year since he had COVID. See, a person like him, he should definitely get an antibody test to see if he's still there. Yeah. See if he still has protection, like the antibody, not the virus, of course, but the antibody, because that's something that he needs to know. Because I'm gonna tell you, a second infection. Who was that that just described the second vaccine dose? You said, who's that?
Corey.
Yeah. Okay, so when you got the second vaccine dose, you see how it put you out, right? You had to like take a day off of work. So imagine.
And it worked.
Yeah. So imagine being infected again, after your antibodies have totally waned off, and so it's a worse. They're reporting that it could be worse. So gotta be protected, man. So anyway, wait, that was a good conversation and talk though, Shawn. I missed the beginning and I got cut off at the end, but I think that those need to happen more often.
I don't think we're gonna get to talk to him again.
That's the last time we needed to hear him, yo.
Square business.
Yeah, I mean, we still got to go break down the points because it's points of contention. He has followers, so we have to break down the points of contention and deal with what he was saying to slow him down because he really just ran amok. He said a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of stuff, yo.
I put my pen, yo. I was trying to write stuff down to keep up with,
all over the place.
Catch him and deal with it like
the Gish Gallop.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up. He said dead babies was in the vaccine. He called it an epidemic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give him listen. I immediately tried to take herbs out of the equation. If you notice that when I started saying something, I addressed herbs immediately and talked about allergic reactions from herbs and people dying from herbs, and 1 in 10 people die from food allergens. Because I knew that he was going to run the food. But if people are dying from 1 in 10 is dying from food allergens, then what are you? You got to be more specific. So then he starts in raw food and stuff like that. So I was trying to hone in on him. I didn't get to my other point about herbs do not have sufficient or food does not have sufficient standards of scientific evidence to confirm content safety or efficacy. So I think somebody asked what was the efficacy rate of the food. If we asked him, did he do a trial and all of that? There's no data that would suffice. And then I showed the JAMA article, but a summary from Medical Express showing how they ruled out zinc and vitamin C. And then I seen somebody in the chat that was complaining, saying that's not true about zinc. Well, they did a randomized trial regarding zinc, vitamin C, and
vitamin D too. They just did the vitamin D recently.
And vitamin D too, and found no significant change. And once that's been established, it was like, what are we talking about?
Speculation and belief. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, he started feeling like it was a setup at the end. I could see it in his eyes, man.
They got it. Both still in the system, man.
He was like, "Yo, this is this feel like when I was in Baltimore. Something ain't right."
He talking about me.
He read his little thing, right? He gonna talk about. I'm gonna read this. It's posted in the roster.com. I'm like, roster.com. I know that website. That's where the Aboriginals be getting some information from.
I know he was out of there when he used it.
Yeah, but it kind of shocked me that he didn't know that Africa was underreporting data regarding the COVID because they don't have the infrastructure that we have that can update the way that things update for us. So they underreport. And he didn't even know about Kenya, the 100,000 people dying from COVID. How do you not know this stuff? Like this is stuff that you know, but he came and said, right, but he kept on touting it like it's not even spreading in bullshit crap. There's a Nigerian variant. Right? They looking into that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you talking about? This different from the UK.
I was saying, bro, when you say stuff like, yo, we want to see the article, they say, I'm going to give you some keywords, search words. You don't search like that. You don't search like that. Yeah, you don't do that. Type in COVID kills people. Type in, you know what I'm saying? You don't search no damn keyword. That's confirmation bias. You don't get what you want.
Man, he don't even know that. No, it's crazy how many people don't know that about confirmation bias, though. It's crazy. So many people under that.
30 years of pseudo, man. That's crazy.
I'm about to be out, man. So hey, that's a good conversation, Shawn, and I think that needs to be kept up and all that good stuff. I don't know when a conversation like that gonna happen, but I'll be looking for it when I can. Now listen, about 3 times a week, I'm in these conversations, but I'm fortunate enough to be in a conversation with level-headed, professionals and stuff like that. So it's It's not, it don't go all over the place, but trust me, I've seen it. I hear it all the time. I hear it. I hear all the claims and everything all the time. Like I'm talking about, when I say 3 times a day, I'm talking about those 3 days all day. Cause I do tech work in the health environment, you know, so, you know, setting up telemarketing, I mean, not telemarketing, telehealth, virtual health and all that kind of stuff. And I see it, I hear it, you know. So but anyway, I'm gonna say peace to y'all. You know, I'll see y'all.
Hey, peace.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man, that dude there, that dude's crazy, man. That dude's insane.
Yeah, he was a little crazy. He was a little thrown off. But I mean, like, we got him on tape,
right?
You know, we got him on tape.
Hey,
so
yeah, but all jokes aside, though, man, that dude, like, not typing in the chat, like, you know, because I don't really be playing around. Like, that dude is dangerous, bro.
Square business.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
we're unbiased.
I know Dr. Miles cool with him and all, but it's like, yo, like you just can't even play around with folks like that, though. For real. Like, bro, like you gonna get somebody killed, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like,
I saw
you
you
had me angry.
She even had a little grimace, you know, a couple of times, like I could tell, but you gotta keep it neutral. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she looked like she was kind of like, man, this dude is going ham right now.
She don't support.
Yeah, I mean, cause she, you know, she's stuck. Yeah, she's stuck in, you know, between a rock and a hard place. You know what I'm saying? Cause, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know, respect the elders, the whole nine and stuff like that. She invited them on the platform, so she can't. You know what I mean? There's only so much she can do and say.
Right.
You know.
Staying out of it, yo.
But she knew she couldn't push him too far. She knew, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? She knew she couldn't push him too far.
Push them to the edge though, close enough.
Yeah, because I was the one that asked for a source. I was like, can we get a source? Because I said I want to read that abstract that he got. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me read that. And he was like, yeah, you know what? Y'all can email me. Like,
I want to check that nigga sources. I want to fact check behind all your sources and see if they all saying exactly what you saying. Cause everything he doing is the same shit pseudos do every goddamn day. They die at their goddamn source. They be saying a whole bunch of shit that don't be nowhere in the goddamn article.
And that's why you know you're a bullshit. I'm just gonna read from my abstract. Yo, abstract.
But
let me look at that, bro.
He already had a way out of that by saying that, you know, they wouldn't passing his stuff through. So that's already conspiracy theory cooking up right there. You know what I mean?
Because it's misinformation. They don't let misinformation play with COVID. Your shit would get taken down quick. They don't play that.
You gotta slip it in through the back door.
He trying to slide it in
with
your
a different
email.
name. With a different name. No, with whatever it was a book that he said they wouldn't let through, and he had to name it something different.
Yeah, man, talking about hit me up. I'm gonna leave my email. Hit me up on my email. I'm gonna email you. What the hell?
Yeah, to be honest, he makes it difficult to like debunk him real time because of how he go on these droves, and then he throws claim after claim after claim after claim after claim, and then he's moving like
he running. Right, bro.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do, and I'm gonna do this like a full presentation. I'm gonna actually do the full presentation on the Science with Shawn episode, so everybody can get the full gist of the actual presentation in its context. However, because this dude never answered the research questions. The only time I heard him give a definitive answer was when he said no, and then this is why. No, and then this is why. Like he continued to say no, and then this is why, and then next thing you know, it never answered the question.
He didn't answer it substantively. He just answered it in a general form, a general way, and went all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, do you want to address any Shawn points? No, I'm not going to address any Shawn points because I I see how the chat is getting right now, and I don't want to cause an uproar. And then go down, do a goddamn trivia and shit. You know what I'm saying? What is a Golgi apparatus? What is the rival like, bro? What?
He hit him with what's a virus? He thought he was gonna catch him. Sean gave him that shit so easy.
Crazy.
And then he came back with a whole nother word, and I was like, "Oh yeah, he trying to."
Exosomes. He said,
"What is that book?"
I said, sir, I properly defined what a virus is.
You been did that
when I presented my information, and then I just basically just gave him, you know, a little small piece of what I said, and then, you know, on the Facebook Live, y'all couldn't see this, but this was like, he telling us to take a vaccine. He don't know what a virus is. I'm like, I clearly told you, because remember I said they're the smallest microbes, right? And then he was like, so they're micro. I said viruses are the smallest of all the microbes.
If I'm not mistaken, one time, not on this debate y'all did, but before, I think I heard him saying something about AIDS wasn't real. I think it was when him and Unc was in the barbershop before that.
Hell no. No. He did. That's one of his claims, is that AIDS is not real. And
based on what? Look at this. What the fuck is these? Where did they get these niggas, bro?
Yeah,
shit's crazy.
Yeah,
I knew he was an AIDS denier. I already knew that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, like they all got the same information, bro. Like some of them use bits and pieces, but they all of them. Curtis Carl's
same talking points.
Yeah, yeah, same thing. When he went to the PCR test, I'm like, I just argued with Haskell about that. Like the exact same script. They just each one take different parts of it and use it. Each one good at different parts of the conversation.
One thing I noticed about him is he didn't use the term SARS-CoV-2. He kept on coronavirus and COVID. You not demonstrating how versed you are. He tried to play you by asking you what a virus is to try to show people he's smarter than you, and use a whole bunch of vocabulary words instead of actually demonstrating competence in the actual subject matter. You know what I'm saying? He's playing word games with you.
Yeah, the pseudo chop, and then spend 5 minutes saying words and then breaking down and giving definitions.
That's what
exactly so then he defining words for 5 minutes and shit.
We ain't even talking about these words. This nigga was talking about, kind of like, yeah, I thought we was talking about black people and why we shouldn't take the vaccine. This nigga talking about all other kind of shit. You not helping us at all, bro. Right now, you everything you saying is counterproductive.
The gift is in his garden.
It's at his house. The safe haven. We all supposed to be over there. He got a big old arena that we can fit in, like the Reliant Stadium, and it's gonna keep us all safe. Y'all didn't know that. We reading and doing all this research for no reason.
When you say I decided to live to 120, right? Like when you make a statement like that, if you die, nobody can tell you wrong. You did.
Right. Right.
You're now wrong as fuck, though.
Yeah, that's the good man. Hey, they trick you with it, man.
He gonna live to 120. Why not 150? What's so special about 120? What, just keep going.
He just throwing numbers out, freestyling in the booth, going hard with Ticker.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy watching that last 10 minutes again, though.
Do 280 push-ups? How long? How long does it take you to do 280 push-ups? That's what I want to know.
I think we gotta do. Hey, Shawn, I think we gotta do like a show on just that last 15 minutes of all the claims because he made a lot of claims in that last 15.
I mean, we really gotta slow it down, because I was sitting here and I was trying to like understand what he had going on and all that, and it just kept letting. I didn't want to go down a rabbit hole, man, and I was on Dr. Ma's show and I was trying to be calm and patient and
polite, cordial.
I was trying to be a whole bunch of things I ain't been with everybody else. You know what I mean? Because first of all, I did not want him to sense that he would be boxed in. And if y'all didn't notice, when the video started out, he was drinking tea, just like Dr. Ma was drinking tea.
Mm-hmm.
And he had all his books right there. You know, he looked real suspect and all of that, talking about 10 years of doing something. And I was like, man, that don't even mean nothing, man. He was saying names like, I was like, bro, why are we appealing to authority?
That nigga mentioned that 30 years. I don't know how many times, bro. 30 years of research. Researching what, nigga?
They don't even know the red flags that we be looking for though. They don't even know that.
Nah, they don't.
So he gonna say that and call out names, make fallacies. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he said he published his book December 20th. I mean, he's already finished writing his book December 20th. All the data ain't even out yet.
Yeah, like he just really been getting it in. 30 years of I've been researching vaccines. Nigga, stop lying, bro. You don't even know shit about virology, bro. You don't know shit about immunology based on you think that you can eat food to protect yourself from any goddamn virus. You done lost your goddamn mind. You don't live in reality where we at. There's no way. It's not possible.
Yeah, that's why he said it's a myth. He said, he said, let me tell you about the virology myth. So I'm saying he was already.
That says, if you say a virology is a myth, I need to see that you at least took a course in virology before I even much entertain anything else that you say.
Biology. He said he was a biology major at one point, and then I was hitting with man. I just see some stuff I just held back because when he said he was a biology major, well then how the hell you don't understand the immune system?
Please explain that to me, because you out here embarrassing whatever institution you came from. Right now, they are gonna disown you. No way.
If there's any food that you can eat that reacts like the coronavirus, you don't want to eat that food.
Right.
That's just flat out. You don't want that.
Like, why would you purposely eat something that's going to make you having a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we would have been had coronavirus would have been rampant running around this mug.
His food developed an immune response to COVID, yo.
I don't think he knew what he was saying though. It's like, okay, so you eat that, you're gonna throw up and you're gonna get sick. Like, come on, dog.
His food in his garden, yo, creates the antibodies to keep you from getting COVID.
We got the special golden garden.
That pseudo judo, that one, this man potion cure menopause, periods, COVID.
Oh yeah, he said the periods.
Come on,
all that, bro.
I forgot
with some 3-4 vegetables.
That's the Lala Africa though, yo. Cause I got that I got a lot of Africa book in here, man. I gotta show y'all the stuff he talking about, like the pages. But one of the things he say is that women are not supposed to have periods.
Man, come on.
Yeah, they like healthy women are not supposed to have them at all. And
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, that's probably where he got that from.
I don't know, but I know he got a lot of his pseudo claims from that. And you know what I mean? People that were actually listening to the actual build and all of that. Like I said, if you go on Dr. Ma's live stream and you see it, it's a group of people that actually believe in the things that he believes. So methodically, you got to deal with him if you're gonna deal with him on a point-to-point basis. But you know, I try to do a better job of just making sure that it wasn't about him; it was about the people. So I just redirected my focus intentionally.
He did a good job of staying on the point, driving him home. You know what I'm saying? Not falling into the rabbit hole, staying direct.
He was serious though. Like, look at his face. Look at his face.
Hey, look at my face at the end too, though. Like, I was cracking up. Y'all was like, yo, my.
I'm gonna get to that. I want to see his face. Look at his face. I'm not gonna play it right here, but look at this. No sound. Look at his face. Watch what he's reading, right? So look at his face. His camera over here. Remember, his camera over here, but his eyes is down there. Then he'll look up. And down there. He's reading something.
Yeah, he's reading them comments.
Yeah, no. He's reading whatever he's saying right here. Listen.
Going to Roblox, or is it just me?
This is closely related to the use of snake venom.
Yeah, he's reading.
Poison the snake bites. Point number 3.
See, he's reading.
He's reading his points.
Yeah, he's reading this, but he wouldn't share his points. Dr. Ma told him, man, to share his screen.
Yep. He ain't sharing no sources either, so we can't be surprised.
Look at Dr. Ma's face. And she's sick, y'all. He know this man gonna kill her. That's why she ain't call him.
I noticed, yo, she was looking very disappointed in dude.
She got a degree. She knows a faulty methodology.
And looking at the end, you could just see her facial expression was like, "Ooh, like he got him."
Mop that boy up.
Man.
Somebody come get him.
I enjoyed that, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I know she made faces the whole time, yo. She was trying to keep her face off the screen.
She should have. Hey, look, she should have just blanked, turned the camera off, man.
The boy say food can cure COVID toes and COVID brain and COVID. All you gotta do is eat some greens and some blueberries and COVID toes gone, bro. You ain't know that. You missed when you was reading. You missed over that. You missed over that paragraph. You gotta go back and reread that.
That was that article I ain't read all the way through.
That was that one that he had gave you that you looked over. So you got why you gotta read everything. You know what I'm saying? Every word. Nigga, tripped out.
Desmond, great point. That's great. That's what I'm saying. Like when you go back and you review the tape, exactly. That's a great point. The thing about snake venom was actually counter to his argument because it's essential. It's essential how viral load vaccines work. Yep. He don't understand that. He don't understand. He don't know how vaccines. That's the problem. He don't know how vaccines work. He don't know the mRNA vaccines, what they do. And I thought that he would go in the direction of having to do all of that. But I see all he did was just focus on his work and what he think he got. Because remember,
he's familiar with.
He says he's been researching the pandemic since February.
What the hell? Wrote 5 books since February.
Yeah, he wrote 5 books since February, and he said he's been doing research on the pandemic or COVID, specifically COVID, since February. And what have we been doing? So it ain't like we been talking about vaccines the last 3 damn years.
Yeah, and then since February, we've been figuring out like the information has been growing and changing, and you know what I'm saying. This might work. Okay, you know what? This don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like the information's been steadily being updated.
Man, like 2 months ago or something. Me and Sosa specifically was talking about certain trials on hydroxychloroquine and all of that stuff, and how the results came in this way and results came in that way, and then something else was under study and all of that. Bamlanivimab. You know, we was in the air. I mean, dude, we sitting here and we looking at all of this stuff. So we seeing what they see. I don't think that people understand that we actually are trying to get the information that the experts have.
Objectively, not just one-sided. We actually trying to get objective information out. We ain't trying to push our opinion on nobody.
Right.
Yeah, well, like you said though, like you hear it all the time. Like they don't understand how vaccines work. Period. They don't understand how vaccines counter the virus. They have no idea.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I guess now that we got the game tape and it's ready for viewing and all of that, we can
got the ESPN that joint.
Look here, he says that he has a safe haven at his home.
Yeah, you got to break it down. We got to break it down and deal with it, because that was a lot of really in the first 10 minutes. Like, our vaccine safe. Now we got to deal with our vaccine safe.
Oh, we gotta go all the way back. Start all over.
Yeah, we gotta start all the way over from the beginning, yo. 200.
Every time we think we moving, every time I think we advancing, we gotta start back over and go. That's why on the cool, I don't even much like arguing with niggas on Facebook no more, kid. On behind this shit. It's a waste of my time. You steady repeating the same shit over and over. I'll just rather teach my kids. Fuck it.
Man, look. So you know, we did the rover thing. Just a quick second sidestep. We was looking at the rover landing on Mars or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I got a flat earther family member. He come on my job. Oh, that's lies. It's CGI. And I'm like, bro, they tell you this is animated. They don't have nothing looking at it while it's going.
How you think they made this shit up? Like, come on, how did they piece together this image, bro? They just made it up and what they imagine. Come on, folks.
Yo,
they don't even understand what they saying when they explain that. Shit crazy.
The killer part, though, like, why are they trying to trick you? Right. What is the purpose of making you think the world is flat when it's not?
They're telling you it's an animated video show just so you can understand what's going on as it's landing on Mars. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I'm saying like what is the gain? Like, what do they gain by tricking you into thinking the world is oblique when it's not?
You become to laugh at. You become entertainment.
Yeah, but I ain't mean to throw the point out. I just just where our people at sometimes with.
No, you right. I deal with. I got a cousin that's a flat earther. I was arguing with this female today about vaccines, but they got the same. All of them got this. I noticed they all have the same type of reasoning skills, and it's all poor as shit. And the critical thinking skills is absent. That shit is really sad. Niggas don't think.
Yeah. And when they get to Antarctica, because I always say, well, if the world is flat, where's the end? Well, you can't see the end because there's a layer of sheet that go up so high, and then one person even went so far to say that there's like another type of dimension, another world on the other side. I was like, you know what?
Too. I had to block that nigga.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done with you, bro. You just left reality. I can't do that.
Yeah. Just Care Bears and all. Just, you know what I'm saying?
I heard you tell me that the sun was what he said was a hologram, or the moon was a hologram. Space ain't real. All kind of
yeah. We ain't never been in space. We ain't never been up in space before. You can't go up there.
But those
how you know? How you know it's real?
But
you
then
ain't go.
But then we got aliens.
The same people that believe the viruses ain't real and the vaccines are trying to kill people. Like, so it's like a common thing amongst those people, man. Like, they're prone to believe those type of things. All of them. They're prone to believe.
Belief is associated with behavior. I learned that in my health science class. That's in the first that's the first goddamn reading material they give you about psychology and the health of illness. And that's the first thing they talk about, how belief is associated with behavior. So if you believe some dumbass shit, you're gonna do some dumbass shit. It's just the logic. That's how it flows.
But you see who got him? Layla Africa, Dr. Sabi.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Got him. You know what I'm saying?
You done. He was done right there.
Yeah, man. It's like, yo, they got him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He got 100.
No, vaccines ain't safe. He was done. I was like, come on, bro.
And he got
100. You vaccinated?
He got like 100 to 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? How many followers he got?
You know, I remember like when you was younger, when you think like you kind of always that like if something's in a book, then it got to be true. You know what I'm saying? You got that whole, because you feel like it's in a book. It got to be some facts to it. It's a book. You know what I'm saying? And then you get to that age, you realize, you be writing some bullshit. You know,
like, real. He be the fooled the shit out of some people. Niggas reading that shit. Niggas been lost out here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's true.
I know it was gonna get wild, but I was like, I had no idea. Man,
I knew from the jump. I saw him with the Baltimore debate. I just already knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I never.
But I like how they did it. They was real slick with it. He didn't know he had coming to him. Yo, I already knew. I told Shawn in the thing. I was like, yo, this is gonna be funny. You about to, I mean.
Yeah, because he really low key. He really low key kind of cussed Dr. Bayard out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was like, did he close the word? So I thought it was gonna be all love. And he was like, and then he went to the whole thing. He said, Dr. Bayard, you know I don't do these type of things.
Yeah.
You know I don't do no shit like this.
You know what's crazy?
I don't have time to be doing stuff. I got time to be
only did it because of you,
people, bro.
What's crazy about all that?
He said, if it wasn't for this woman right here, I wouldn't even do this. I was like,
what's crazy about all that is it never got disrespectful. That's what I'm like. I'm lost.
Not one.
Yeah,
not one time.
You know,
he didn't like, they don't like being questioned, bro. That's just it. Like, how dare you even question me?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Man, he tried to make it nonsensical to ask what food for a virus will we need to eat to protect our goddamn. This is what the whole discussion is about. But now it's nonsensical. It's crazy. Games.
Yeah, because he wanted to say y'all using that white man information. Y'all got y'all butt up these white mans. Y'all got your head up these white man's butt.
I heard that shit too, and I was like, see, that you right. That's that white man sign.
He said that, man. I was going.
Then you could tell because who kept on citing. He kept on citing nothing but black authors, and like, come on, bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
Playing the color game with us again, man, and that's part of the problem. And I'm sitting here arguing. with every goddamn body calling people blackologists, and here you is.
Let's just leave it alone. Let's you got to create these new terms for these new niggas with this weird shit.
He validated. I hate when people do that. Like, listen, y'all, I'm trying to give y'all the label of pseudo, but no, here y'all go and y'all
blackologist
shit, and then I gotta sit here and look at them and be like,
you just gotta embrace it, Shawn. Embrace it. It is what it is. Uncreated. It's new.
Man.
It's a word.
Yeah, they double down. They be doubling down on that shit, but they double down.
They stunt their growth when they don't when they go so hard against the white man that they don't listen to the white people that actually is furthering the conversation. They stunting their growth, man. They falling flat. They can't get past it.
Man, you know how long it's been since somebody saw Layla Africa? The Great. He said, have y'all not listened to the Great Layla Africa?
I got like 3 of his books, yo. I could go in on. Oh my God, he got so much craziness.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know Layla Africa was wrong, bro. A lot of people still think his information was right and exact.
Oh, this man tried to say you could cure, he could look at, you could tell the size, what your head is shaped like by your birthday, by the month you was born in. I got the book, your fingernails look a certain type of way depending on what month you was born in, all kind of crazy claims.
How did he substantiate
I'm gonna go in on that joint one day. I'm gonna just pull it out and just show y'all what he got in that thing, man. It's crazy.
That don't need to be corrected though.
Layla Africa's dead, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yep. I guess y'all.
Right.
I guess tomorrow. I guess I know what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Oh yeah. I want to do the replay. I'm trying to advocate for a replay of the last 15 minutes.
And it was interesting. That first question that he answered, it was interesting too. But the last 15, he was when he got emotional.
Yeah, just the claim. I just want to focus on all of the claims he made when he blew up and lost control and just started spitting out everything he ever believed. He was just, and then he did the speech about Africa being strong and all of that, and had his hand on his chest. And
he was like, sitting over here like, no, Africa's fighting the same thing we're fighting right now, and it's not all good because they ain't got vaccines and they're struggling, brother.
Yeah.
Along with other diseases too, because it's a Ebola outbreak too, if I'm not mistaken.
It's an Ebola.
Yeah, there was a little outbreak. Yeah. But I'm saying, listen, man, see y'all trip. Go to the Ohio River, right? Ask them folks what happened to the people that named that river there. Ask them where they at. God damn it, they gone, nigga. And that's where y'all gonna be in 40 years, nigga. If y'all don't goddamn tighten this shit up. Straight fear mongering, boy. Straight fear mongering.
You really did that. So the shit out of a nigga intelligence. That shit,
man. But I'm a wrap up. I gotta crash, man. I gotta try to see if I can make it to my barber in the morning or postpone it. But yeah, man. I guess we'll get into the replay or whatever. Unc crashed out on us. He came back, then dipped out again. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Look, again, if y'all didn't watch the thing all the way through, watch it all the way through. Eventually, I get into the presentation piece, probably Tuesday. But I know everybody gonna want to watch the game film and deal with that because it needs to be dealt with. So on that,
Go ahead, Shay. On that note, man, I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all have a good one.
Log in to KofiPaisaTV.com and get Spears of the Mossy Volume 1 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, from Spears the Pen Volume 2 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, Spiritual Combat Volume 3 by Kofi Paisa Research Team, One Night Before Bed by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland by Kofi Paisa, From Cocaine to Consciousness by Any Harret Shawn Calfunny, As I Learned, We All Learn by Kofi Paisa. Also, if you want fresh merch, go to our online store, Family Connect Apparel, and get all the brands. Also, get our 54 deck of quiz and educational cards available now on KofiPaisaTV.com.